The movie Universal Soldier follows some TV disasters.
I name this boat absolutely fabulous. May God bless her and all who sail in her. Send that cup to the glass.
I think we're saying the wrong thing. Don't ask me. All I said to the LWT people was, seeing I've now been doing you these All Right in the Night programs since 1977, for our 21st anniversary show, wouldn't you like to send me somewhere really special? So here I am, in the Bermuda Triangle. Now, that's not a locality I know much about. My Saga holiday brochures hardly give it a mention, but as it's supposed to be a place where things mysteriously conk out, flounder, get blown off course, in fact, suffer very much the same kind of malfunctions the TV world refers to as cock-ups, well, that does sort of make it an appropriate setting for recalling some of those. So let's begin with the bunch that demonstrates just how gracefully certain performers have tried to redeem an unfortunate situation.
Later tomorrow evening, there's drama from Stone Park Women's Prison, when the inmates start a campaign of violence. I'm sorry about that. There was a slight mistake. On these walls tomorrow is a story of Stone Park Prison, the women's prison, in which there's not only women's lib, but there's a lot of danger and a lot of bother. I'm quite sure that when the governor, there, you can see her, finds out she's going to be rather cross. There's no mistake there. We're going to show you a bit of the threatened violence that happens tomorrow. And the story is quite exciting.
What do we want 6 new dinner plates for? We've got dinner plates.
They don't match.
What's a bain-marie?
A kind of saucepan.
Yes?
Are you ever going to speak to me?
When a man is tired of London, he's great. No, it'll be all right this time, really. Here we go. This'll do it. This'll do it.
Put your feet to a dog paddle to the splishy beat. Raise your hands up very high and start to do some
little Nell at her coming out dance. Well, one thing that gazing at this immensity of sea and sky makes you realise is just how frail and insignificant a creature man is. But then again, so does looking through a whole load of outtakes. And I speak as one who has viewed over 83,000 of them since we first began trawling for them back in 1977. Agreed, a mere 1,604 of them made it into our programmes, but some of the earliest of those came from TV shows that now exist only in outtake. Do you remember, for instance, how eagerly we used to dash home for this one?
Nothing's really changed for us, has it?
No.
I still love you, Adam. I want you to believe that. It's just not enough. Am I making a terrible mistake? For the second time.
You're doing what you have to do, Kate. I do the same.
Would you? Tell me the truth. Would you?
Yes, I would, Kate. And I'd strangle that duck.
He can do what he likes. Do what he pleases, because I won't be here. No. And I'm not going to remember what I'm supposed to say.
You've been retired for 4 years. You said so yourself.
Yeah, but the old reflex is still sharp as a colt. You ever work with horses, Karen?
Only the $10 window. Don't remind me of it. What about Hal's wife? She's going to be needing your help now, I suppose.
Yeah, I've thought about that. The more I think of Betty, the more resolved I am to get this man myself. Karen, show me how to put the gun in my mouth.
Triumph or a disaster?
Are you being serious?
So am I.
It's a solemn moment. Humbling moment when you see your true place in a cosmic scheme of things. You see, it's like you was up there in space, looking down at the world from a different planet.
Can't get the f***ing beer out. Weekends we do nothing at all. Would you like to do nothing at all?
Nothing but make love.
How often do you make love to Jean?
Oh, I've never counted. 37 times. Oh, sorry, I've got crap. Oh, really? Sorry.
Mind you, if it wasn't for leg cramps, some of us wouldn't get any bed action at all. Now, a group whose careers we've followed over the years, mainly with a bucket and shovel, are television interviewers. So we put together a representative selection of those, some of which, I warn you, are so brief, we've filed them under Bermuda shorts.
Excuse me, madam, would you mind answering some questions?
Excuse me, might have had a couple of words with you. If I said to you, there was a problem with low-level ozone in this area, would you know what I was talking about?
Yeah, I'm a particle physicist.
Anyone there?
Brian Burrows, another man facing a future outside of the army. Brian, tell us about your army career, how long you've been in, what you've been doing, etc.
I'm in the Air Force, actually.
Fine, get it back on there.
I had a shampoo. I used shampoo. And that one is a Herbalife shampoo.
What?
Herbalife shampoo.
Horrible Life shampoo.
And I used that.
Horrible Life shampoo. I think he's actually got a bottle of Horrible Life shampoo. Oh, Herbalife. I thought it said Herbalife.
Did he say why he committed suicide?
No, he was dead.
Well, about 6 years ago, I used to fight. I fought in 2 of them. You fight 40 guys, and you fight till no one's left. You fight one at a time, and you eliminate down. And the second one I won in 7 minutes and 14 seconds. 5 fights, all by knockouts.
What sort of state were you in after the first one?
What state?
Yeah.
Illinois.
And if all that wasn't enough, I notice all the equipment that's behind you. You were telling me you also do newspapers and talking books for the deaf.
Yes, talking books for the blind.
What's the problem here with the strike?
I don't even know, really. I haven't got the foggiest, I don't even know. I don't even know, really. What is it? I don't know. What is it? I don't know. I know somebody's striking for something. Somebody down there striking, too. I'm going to get me a sign to protest I don't know. What is it?
Joanne,
Vincent.
do you spell your name Joanne with an E?
J.
Excuse me, very first question.
Yes?
What do you wear in bed, madam?
Pardon?
What do you wear when you go to bed?
Feisty lady. But don't worry, interviewers have a technique for dealing with situations like that. It's called retreat. Now, moving to another high-risk area, it's been our experience that of all the technological devices TV has at its command, none has proved such a boon to the outtake industry as the telephone. Allow me to flick you backwards and forwards across the years with a few examples.
How short your fun. I'm not dead. Hello. It's all right, it's my wife.
Adam Percival Watson, telephone please. Adam Percival Watson,
Excuse me.
telephone.
Personal? Personal?
It has to be my mother. Nobody else would dare. But listen, she's going to want to see you here and now. We got too much to do. She's just going to have to wait.
This is very heavy, Percival.
I didn't look around for the phone. How did I know it was here?
I cut all my ties with Clive.
You cut all my ties once, I remember.
That was when you were being beastly to me about the telephone bill.
Well, it was over £1,000.
I was trying to get that carpet from Morocco.
I could have lashed it to a camel and brought it back in the QE2, cheaper.
I have never known anybody harbour a grudge for so long. It was so embarrassing to explain that my husband had put a lock on the telephone.
Well, I am no longer your telephone.
I'll take it over here.
Sit down.
Well done. You've won yourself a badge.
Thank you very much.
A What's in the Box John badge. Here we go then. What's in the box? 3 questions. I can answer yes or no. After the 3, you guess. If you get it right, it's yours. Away you go.
3 questions.
Yeah, you put questions to me.
Oh, sorry.
And I say yes or no.
Right. How old are my children?
How old are your youngest children? And I can answer yes or no.
Oh, sorry.
That's
no,
all right.
I've got you away on Wayne. Right,
You okay now?
Yes, I'm
You
there.
back on?
I'm there. I've got 4 girls or 4 boys.
I can only say yes or no to any of these questions. You realise that?
Yes. Am I employed or not employed?
No. We're playing a different game here. Let's get on the same game so we might have some fun. You have to ask me 3 questions to try and get clues to what's in the box. Right? So you say, is it square, is it round, or whatever.
Oh, right.
And that gives you clues. Now, you can talk about your family if you want to, and you get clues from that, but it won't help you very much with this game.
Right. So I've got to ask a square, round.
Oh, no, whatever you like, to try and get a clue to what's in this box.
Oh, right.
And then if you guess it, you win it.
Right. It's square?
No.
Round?
I think... I tell you what, come on tomorrow night, we'll have a chat with the rules. They come to the front.
You understand, Lieutenant, there's an article of war coming in your conduct.
Sir, but...
Not another word. I'll call headquarters. Give me headquarters.
Nowadays, they use the phone the other way around.
Captain's log, Motor Yacht 51, now approaching end of part 1. So after assuring crew that in part 2 cargo will include some even higher decibel clangers, I intend to enter commercial break by way of a dissertation on the subject of names. Now, although in real life these bear almost mystic resonances, think of the people who christen their cat Pie Wacket, their boat Asphodel, but call their child Cyril. On television, names exist for only one purpose, so that people can get them wrong. For a typical example, take the Australian presenter who had to introduce a beauty contest winner named Miss Leanne Dick.
And in fact, we still have Miss Australia with us in Leanne Cock and
In berth 3 of the busy port of Belfast lies the 800-ton Moray Forth the Firth.
Good afternoon. My name's Michael Jackson.
Hi, I'm Tom Brookshire.
And I'm...
The pack broke into the win column. And we actually don't have names on these players. I didn't bring that sheet with me. Well, there are some very fine baskets coming up. I can't believe this. Anyway, that's great basket by number 33, and I hope it's going to watch. Anyway, West Valley won. What did they win by the way? Anyway, this will be coming up momentarily. And Gma, I want to go home.
British Midland is to make a High Court bid to challenge the proposed takeover by British Airways of the troubled airline Dan Air.
The new Renault Megane RT Sport. It talks your language.
Watch out!
Hey mate, you shredded wheat showing.
Shredded wheat is special. 100% wheat simply harvested, spun and toasted to make the one and only shredded wheat. What else makes you feel so good it shows?
Hey, Mum! The shredded wheat showing!
Shredded wheat and bite size. Is your shredded wheat showing?
It's Carpet World's 300 stores in Europe celebration sale. You can save 20, 30, 40 and even 50% on quality fitted carpets. Don't miss it.
If you're game, we are. 15 million people are game for
instance.
This Sunday, get the new Express Sport. A whopping 48-page sports newspaper. Free with the Express on Sunday.
Don't miss Britain's biggest kitchen and bedroom sale with up to 50% off at MFI Homeworks. But hurry, some offers must end on January the 28th.
No liability will be accepted for damage sustained whilst indulging in Galaxy Caramel.
For a limited time at McDonald's, you can enjoy more for less with a McTriple with cheese for only £1.39. But be quick, we can't hold this offer for long.
After a hard day, there's nothing me and the gang like to do more than a single sit-up, followed by a few reps, and dip, and curl, and crunch. So crunchy and full of flavor. Boy, life is tough. New Go-Ahead crinkled potato chips. 80% fat-free, 100%. So go ahead, people, make your day.
The yellow is on that side cushion, and for those of you in black and white, it's just behind the blue.
Released from the hospital this week and said it's the first time in years I've been able to cross my legs.
The mountain behind you, how confident are you getting to the top?
Well,
It's nice to meet you.
Probably.
So I've always wanted to work with you, you know.
Have you?
Yeah.
But you've never heard of me before today.
I have. You're famous. You know the bit.
And Captain Vogelsang and I welcome you back to the Bermuda Triangle. Not, I might mention, the happiest of locations if, like me, you suffer from that pathological fear of boats doctors describe as ship-scared. But suitable enough, I suppose, for this 21st anniversary edition of a programme that's been a source of inspiration to underachievers everywhere since 1977. And reverting to that Kenny Everett outtake, it was, of course, a reference to the clip which had every pet food manufacturer searching for a ferret food that tastes like Richard Whiteley. So here's a reminder of it, along with a few others that seem to have embedded themselves in the public consciousness. Ferret, please, Carol.
Ow! I'm sorry. Now, this must be the climax of the situation. If that had meant business, it would have been through to the bone. She's playing with you.
Ice on your wings. It's not so good, Sonny.
Not so good. Don't lose your head now. Remember what you've been taught.
Who the hell is walking across that sky?
Tonight begins the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. And standing by at his home, live with Instant Eye, is Rabbi Bradley Bliefeld of the Baltimore Hebrew Congregation with his family. And now they will light the first light of Hanukkah.
Praised are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has kept us in life, sustained us, and permitted us to reach this joyous occasion. Amen.
Rabbi Bliefeld, this is Richard Scher, and we'd like you to explain the significance of Hanukkah, if you would.
Religious freedom. We commemorate the time over 2,000 years ago when a small group of Jews fought for their religious freedom against the Assyrians, and indeed has a special meaning this year because we of the Jewish community share in the concern of hostages being held in Iran. They too are suffering under a contemporary form of religious tyranny.
Now it's time for a break, but stay tuned because we'll be talking to Andy Marriott talking about the South African Grand Prix. Grand Prix? He's got here Grand Prix.
Melissa Wilkes could well have one of her own that age now, but she does lead us into our next port of recall. The longest clip we ever exhibited, it chronicled the backstage aggro experienced by an LWT television crew when they were over in Scandinavia trying to film an item at the Swedish Grand Prix. And because the background to it requires a bit of explaining, let me hand you back to the young fellow who did it in 1979.
Well, this was the setup. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and the LWT unit have a half hour of time booked on the expensive satellite link from Sweden to London, the technical name for which is the unilateral. And during this half hour, they have to transmit an interview with the American racing driver Mario Andretti as a trailer for World of Sport's presentation of the race that afternoon. So, parked in a van somewhere on the Swedish racecourse is the LWT director Mike Hack, working under instruction from a World of Sport producer called Andy, who's talking to him from London. And what Mike Hack has to do is contact the man in charge of the international coverage of the race, a Swedish television director, in another van parked somewhere else on the racecourse, and get him to ask the camera crew, who happen to be French, to train their cameras on the LWT interviewer, Andrew Marriott, while he has a chat with Signor Andretti. Well, at this point, two howevers enter the picture. The first is because Mike Hack has no direct communication facility with the Swedish television director, he has to relay his request to the LWT assistant director, Keith, so that Keith can convey them to the French camera crew who are in communication with the Swedish television director. The second, however, is that the French camera crew speak no English and no Swedish. The Swedish television director speaks no French and no English, while Keith, Mike Hack and Andy in London are fluent in only two languages, English and profane. Incidentally, if any of this makes any sense to you, then I am not telling it right. The third, however, by this time, it's now 11:18, and there's only 12 minutes left on the unilateral from Sweden to London.
Okay, Sandra, I'll be going in about 1 minute. Yes, Mike? Mike?
Yep.
You calling me?
Yep. Just Andretti, please. We don't want to see Andy in shot.
Okay, are they...
Yeah, the way to go, Keith. You can go in your own time. They're rolling VT.
Yes, Andrew, speaking for Level. Level on the radio mic. Speaking for Level on the radio mic, talking to Mario Andretti in the pits here at Anderstorp. Andrew Marriott, from the pits to London, do you read?
Go, for Christ's sake, Keith. I've told him that 3 times. Go now, please.
To interview Mario Andretti.
Go, Keith.
Well, the cameraman is telling us that we can't go, Mike, so I just have to hang on for a little bit. Or shall we just crack on?
Crack on, for Christ's sake.
We're going. Well, he's not even shooting now.
And now, there's only 7 minutes left, right?
Oh, man, you know, regardless whether they want to or not, we must go, because we'll lose Andretti as well.
Keith, we must try and do something. We've got a problem, I understand, and we don't really know what it is here. The handheld cameramen will not shoot for some reason that we can't understand.
Yeah, we're doing our best, love. We just can't get through to the bloody cameraman.
Mike, I don't know what's going on, but he's talking to the director who says categorically he can't go, so he won't go. We're just standing here like a lot of lemons.
It makes you wonder whether there shouldn't perhaps be a new category in those television awards that people in this industry keep handing to each other every year. Gold statuette for most fed-up director of the year. But even as I speak, those satellite minutes are ticking away.
Yeah. Mike?
Yeah?
Are you listening?
Yeah.
Have we got an extension?
No. No, not at the moment. Hang on one.
Have we got an extension?
Go now.
Mike, I can't go now because there's great big monsters going past. Can you hear the noise?
Yeah.
Mike Hack. Mike?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Have you got an extension on this unilateral?
We've got sound and pictures at the moment, Keith. The minute we can get the two together, the better it's going to be.
There's 30 racing cars that's now got to go.
Well, take some pictures and we'll voice over. We'll do anything, but let's get something back.
No, there's no point in voicing over pictures of this stuff.
Well, you know, if we can get Andretti when the noise dies down, smash him, but they want something to promote. They want something for the menu, and pictures are better than all.
Well, our bleep machine went into overdrive at that time.
Andy, in London, are you still getting sound and pictures? Right, the minute these bloody big cars go, we'll try again.
Mike Hack.
Hello.
Mike?
Yes.
OK, we're going to go now, eh?
Go, for God's sake, go. Please go.
What's that? Can we go?
Go! Can you move that gentleman in the red jacket out of the way with the toe of your boot and let's do Andretti?
Mike, for Christ's sake. Mike Hack.
Yes.
Go.
Yes!
Go. Mario Andretti, pole position yet again, but alongside you the Brabham Sucker car. You've hit out against it. Just why? Well, particularly because...
At which point they lost the satellite link. Well, I espy another commercial break coming up on the port side, which is just a phrase, actually. I don't really know my port side from my sherry side. But if you'll take my word for it that in part 3, we'll be entering even higher realms of foul up, let's wind up part 2 with something that's a bit weird. Now, I don't know how skeptical you may be about creatures from outer space, but over this program's 21 years, we've had proof that alien beings walk among us. To be specific, invaders from the planet of the little old ladies.
A continuing saga, one might say.
Which way do I get out?
It's something that's occurred over the past year, more so because of the large volume of people that have been seeking assistance.
Which way do I get out? Excuse me. Which way do I get out? Thank you.
Tell us whether you think you'll be richer or poorer in 12 months' time.
Well, I suppose it could be all right in one way.
you know, but my set I can't get Channel 4 on.
Do you think you'll be richer or poorer economically yourself? How confident are you economically in the future?
Well, you two get some good shows on. Let me put it like that.
The top of the list in Texas, San Antonio, with perhaps the best prospects of any major urban area in Texas.
Will you move away a little bit?
Sure. Sorry.
First, here is a message from our Spanish-speaking guide.
Cuánto le gusta, besame mucho.
Roughly translated, that means that this week's special highway comes from Santiago
Well, let's say maybe 1940.
84-year-old Margaret Johnson still has no heat tonight.
It's cold in here. It's why I'm all covered up with these two Africans.
What do you think about her getting the sack?
I've never heard her. Oh, that's disgusting. But I've never heard her. Do we know the lady? Do we know? I don't know her.
She's the one who does all the announcements
But
here.
I've never seen her.
Well, you've heard her.
No, because I don't live here. You see? I don't live here. I live in Stoneleigh.
Well, I must say that was all a bit embarrassing. I've certainly learned a few home truths about the Glover clan today. One club stolen from the putting green at Silloth. 2 balls next. Sorry. I'm on the telly, woman!
Okay, thank you.
Could the last of the 300 lucky passengers travelling to Australia for just £10 return with Night and Day magazine and the Mail on Sunday please make their way to Gate 6 where your big fancy Qantas jet is waiting? You lucky.
Can I help you?
Fly to Oz for a tenner? Struth. Night and G'day magazine, an Australia special. Offer starts in this week's Mail on Sunday.
Brian Johnson, award-winning architect.
The quality of the wine and champagne and everything is first class.
Kavita Chowdhury, award-winning filmmaker.
I like a bit of dialogue at 35,000 feet.
And Henry Coe, award-winning textile producer.
The Dino is fantastic.
On Emirates, the award-winning airline.
I think he's in Blackpool tonight.
1 to 1 now covers 95% of Great Britain's population.
In your kitchen, greasy stains and watermarks are a real problem, but ordinary sprays aren't enough. Here's new Jif Kitchen Spray with its balanced active formula which dissolves grease and watermarks, and in a few wipes, leaves the kitchen beautifully clean and fresh. New Jif Kitchen, the best on grease and watermarks.
Cheery corn, cheery oats, cheery rice and wheat. Cheery 4-grain Cheerios, cheery good to eat. Cheery oats, cheery corn, cheery rice and wheat. It's delicious and nutritious, Cheerios, so good to eat.
It takes 4 whole grain oats to make the one and only Cheerios.
Cheery 4-grain Cheerios, Cheerios, so good to eat.
72 hours stuck on a train in the scorching outback is no joke. Unless you're with Bill Bryson, the world's funniest travel writer. Read him in Night and Day magazine with the Mail on Sunday. And you can fly to Oz yourself for only £10 return. No worries. Night and G'day. Offer starts in this week's Mail on Sunday.
Who knows what trials and tribulations life will throw at you? So for your protection, every Corsa has a rigid steel safety cell, crumple zones front and rear, and twin side impact bars in all doors. The new Corsa from Vauxhall.
This is a night for something new.
A wonderful night for something new. Just you and you.
Just me and me, and just you and you. This is a night for something new.
A wonderful night for something new.
Just me and you.
One night of this, possibly the shorter one, when the evenings are not taken up with confirmation, when I might actually go and spend an evening in one parish and have all the members of the congregation invited, or indeed any member of the parish who liked to come, invited to a meeting when I would expose myself to them.
From the unworthy. Don't you agree?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
I'm a fairy godmother. Please. Oh,
Word about the president. For 7.5 years, I've worked alongside him, and I'm proud to have been his partner. And we've had triumphs. We've made some mistakes. We've had some setbacks.
Wild Goose, you read over.
Well done, Shawnee. You on the way in?
You told me this bloody radio's Russian. The dials work backwards. Iron Man, Wild Goose, do you read over?
Wild Goose, Iron Man, receiving you, strength 4.
That's amazing, isn't it? You got that up before I said my...
How much are eggs this week at Penn Fruit and Dale's? Only 49 cents a dozen for grade A.
Detective Inspector Trotter is called from the yard to find out who killed the young man. The only clue to the murderer's identity is a used and discarded hypodermic needle.
3, 2, 1. There may be a...
The man himself is adamant that he doesn't want to be identified, and even his fellow inmates at Wormwood Scrubs, those who he's speaking on behalf of, won't be told his identity. Colin Baker, for Thames News, Westminster. Soaked with cold feet and an aching heart, married, several children, pissed off, really dreadfully pissed off.
Colin Baker, soon after recording his hit song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. And as that's another clip that seems to get mentioned whenever cock-up connoisseurs foregather, let's summon back a few more that appear to have gone down well, starting with the gentleman from Strabane who could talk 80% faster than most people can listen.
The people who's born in the town, they don't give out the houses to the people who's born in the town. I've been through it several times in the town. I had to go to the monastery, Stormont. You find out fair play. Yes, a moment. And there's a leaf work. Yes, there's a leaf work in Strabane. And they're supposed to get 13 stamps. And the red peers are saying that the money's going up every year. The people who are born in Strabane are entitled to get leaf work. When they have to cross the water to keep 2 homes.
There are 3 men outside the town hall.
Yes, sir. Yes, 3 men, but the only one, George Cullen.
200 people around at the Libre Exchange. You don't seem to be getting much support.
Yes, the Libre Exchange sends the men across the water as border in the town, but they don't send them up to Kilbrook. And this factory lay for 2 years. The people had to go up and sign on the dotted line on Strabane soil. Remember, that factory that's built in Strabane soil belongs to the Strabane people. When you live in Strabane, you're born in Strabane. If you're baptized in Strabane, you're born in Strabane. If you're not born in Strabane or baptized, you don't belong to the town. You just remember it.
Is anybody else wearing red? Oh, this is purple.
It's not.
Sure it is. Isn't this purple?
Red.
Isn't this purple? Friends at home, is this purple?
No, this is red.
Good.
Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. The hooting of the barred owl is a sound that's commonly heard in one of the most mysterious and enchanting regions of the world. A water wilderness we call the land of quaking earth. Mr. Mook, I'm not sure you'd do too well in that land, particularly after you see the kind of animal that Jim Fowler has over there in the den. Now, you stay right there while I put the owl back. Okay. No fair grabbing now. Stay on my back.
And here's what happened when some British space enthusiasts went to Cape Canaveral to make their own special film of a rocket launch.
8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Boosters, no boosters, go! Okay, we're lifting. Yes! Oh, God! Yes, go! Beautiful. In the wrong place, quick.
All right, can we get... There we go. We'll put the fire out, and you'll see something really exciting. I think we're having a little bit of trouble with the fire extinguisher. Well, you know what I think we'll do? I think, as a matter of fact, we're going to leave the fire just as it is now. And, well, maybe instead of having to do this, maybe the sergeant would come back again a little bit later sometime, and he'd show us some of the other things that the dogs can do. Wait a minute. Let's see if we can try once more, and we'll put the fire out. And there it is.
This conservationist mission has been to go into the country every year to plant a new tree, and he's returned this year to plant his third tree within sight of the other two.
Well, we do seem rather to be going round in circles, Mr. Goodman.
I know.
Are you sure you can't remember where you planted the trees?
I thought it was up that path to the right. Yes, I'm sorry about this. I thought I knew exactly where the darn things were, but I didn't keep a note of exactly where I planted them, and this time I shall remedy the fact. We could have a try up there. That looks quite familiar. No, I'm sorry about this. I don't know. There's such a lot of places we could look around at. But do you think we might have a look at the ask at the post office?
You didn't pass it at the post office?
No, but I met the gentleman there twice, once in 63 and once in 70, and he might have noticed which way I went.
How does this look?
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. How about just here? So, I'll start digging. Right.
It does seem rather extraordinary that you've come, 300 miles and you can't find the trees you've planted.
Well, yeah, I know. In fact, it's annoying, really, because I've thought of everything else. It didn't even occur to me. I thought Blanchton's a small place. First of all, you're not... Oh, that's torn it, hasn't it? Hang on. I think
And
I should get a trowel somewhere.
in a recent Murray poll, even Murray himself voted for that one. Well, back in 1977, ours was the planet's first outtake program. But soon enough, umpteen other nations started making their own versions, with the result that outtake exchange became a thriving international trade, and the cock-up is now probably the only really stable form of world currency. So let's look back on some of our own foreign investments, starting with the Austrian gentleman trying to demonstrate how to open one of those wax cardboard milk cartons that gave an entire generation wet flies.
Na ja gut, wir werden es versuchen. Einmal zuerst bei diesem Verpackungstyp die Laschen aufziehen. Dann kommen hier einmal die Öffnungsanweisungen zum Vorschein. An und für sich ist die Packung perforiert. Es kann aber sein, dass dann das händische Öffnen nicht so leicht möglich ist. Sie sehen es auch hier. Mir gelingt es auch nicht. Dann nimmt man am besten eine Schere.
drauf. Was gibt es? Wir haben sie
Schere steht
vorbereitet.
hier nichts drauf. Auf den meisten Packungen mit den moderneren Dekors haben Sie also eine Schere. Die schneiden wir jetzt hier einmal auf. Am besten auf der zweiten Seite auch noch. So, machen wir es richtig gut. Dann müssen wir hier die Lasche vorziehen, möglichst einen schönen Schnabel bilden. Also ich habe das jetzt nicht schon abgeschnitten. Und jetzt werden wir es versuchen.
No elevador, é elevador que não sobe porque o cara tá conversando com o pé na porta do elevador, assim. Você bota o pé na porta do elevador, entendeu?
Schneit ja keine Rosen und regnet keinen Wein, so kommst du auch nicht weg. Das war doch nicht nötig, mich direkt in die Brust gefasst!
Marcilla, 回来了，孩子来了，请进啊，辛苦了，一路都辛苦了，啊，进了啊，好，谢亲再。
That wasn't even all right the next day. Well, it's almost time to get the boat back to its owner, Al Fayed's gardener. So before my welcome wears out, or my Dramamine wears off, let me just reiterate our customary thanks to all the media icons who've allowed us to show them plunging from their pinnacles, and just pass on a couple of things that I've learned from presenting these 1604 outtakes. First, that 21 years isn't nearly long enough to display the full range of human inadequacy. And second, isn't it a shame life doesn't offer retakes of its worst moments, with which I can think of no more appropriate way of heading homeward than with an outtake tribute to a friend who rallied round when we were still trying to get this program off the ground. That greatest of all gigglers, Peter Sellers.
The leader has been identified as Jean Tournier.
How much did they get?
$1 million. Here's the report.
The parallel bars. Reminds me of my younger days at the police academy. I used to be quite an athlete, you know. My speciality, the bars. They used to call me...
And suddenly Blake said, oh, stop. I got a great idea. Whilst they're sizing each other up and one's looking like that and Clouseau's looking like that and all this sort of business going, the George Raft routine, someone should break wind, you see. And that would, now they'd all So we said, yeah, but if we do that, what's going to happen? I mean, how are we going to... Oh, we said, that's all right. I'll say now.
Now. We can do it. We can do it.
So that's what started it. And then Blake said, all right, I won't say now. We said, now is the word that's doing it, Blake. Now is causing the trouble. So he said, all right, okay, I'll make a noise. How's that?
This is a door.
Yes, sir, that is a door.
Yes, I know that.
It's not locked, sir.
Understand. Anyway.
Next Saturday at 9, it's Dennis Norden's Laughter File.
So how many nights a week are you doing it? I'll ask that again.